Hi, this is Rahim Zulfikar Ali from Excel Basement. In this video tutorial, we will be learning one real-time practical example based on medical data. And this time we have a data and the user basically requires to transform this data into an stack way. So as you can see here, we have different columns available, likewise MR code, patient age, gender, admission source, admission date, sample type, organism description, para description, and sensitivity. Now we have to transform these last two columns in such a way that instead of vertical it could come as horizontal, and we need to not to have the duplicate records for each of the MR code. Now this is the raw data by the user, okay, and we need to transform in this way. So as you can see here, we have all these columns, but these are the unique values for each of the patient against the MR code and their relevant information. Plus now you can see that these has been from unstack to stack data. Okay, so as you can see in the raw data, we have the two columns for para description and sensitivity. Here it is, and we need to transform into an horizontal way like this. Okay, so I hope you got an idea. And now there are two methods to do this. So this is the raw data, this is the end solution, and we need to create the solution. There are two simple ways. One is using the dynamic array functions available in Excel 365, and the other way is to use the Power Query, which is the ETL tool for data transformation. Okay, so in this particular video I will be telling you how to transform this data through Excel formulas and functions. Okay, you can try it out if you are a user for Power Query. I mean, that will give you another learning advantage. Okay, so let's get started. I'm starting from very basic so that every user or viewer who is watching my video can pick. So I will insert a new sheet, and let's rename this sheet as solution or any name you would like to give. So let's create a solution. So let's copy these headers, Control C, and in the solution we'll paste them. Okay, make sure that column widths are adjusted. Alright, now for the MR codes, we will be using a function called unique, which is available in Excel 365. The array would be from the data, because we have already transformed the raw data into a table format. Let me show you. This is the raw data, and I have selected that data and I have already converted that into a table format. But if primarily you have not, so you can go to insert and click on table. Once you create this into a table format, you will find table design ribbon on top, and go to table name and rename this table. So we have this table name as data. Okay, now so let's apply unique, and here what we need is the MR code as a unique record. So we know the name of our table name, and we will select the MR code column, close the square bracket and round bracket, and that's it. We got the three MR codes available here. Okay, now based on these three MR codes, we need the other columns information. So for this you have a choice. Either you can go with VLOOKUP, index match, or XLOOKUP function as per your feasibility and easiness. I will be doing VLOOKUP here. So equals to VLOOKUP, this is my lookup value. Make sure that you absolute the column here. Then the table array is the entire data, which is being called as data here. Column index number will technically be different for each of the column from which we need to extract the data, and I don't want to keep it manual, this column index number. So instead at writing like 2, 3, 4 to fetch the output from the data sheet, I will add a match function here in the column index number. So how to do it? Match, the lookup value will be this particular header title. Make sure that you absolute raw here, and first headers. Okay, so we will call it data table and headers. So here it is. From this drop down menu, select headers, and then match type will be exact match, so we'll be putting 0 here and close the bracket. And the last argument for VLOOKUP is exact match false. Press enter. copy downwards and then copy rightwards, Control R, and you can see you have got all the additional information based on the MR code available here. Okay, for date format, what you can do is go to your raw data and copy any date cell, go to solution and paste special as format, so that will be correct here. Okay, so we got all the information based on MR code with the combination of VLOOKUP and match function very easily. Okay, now the next part is to basically have a para description, all these names as instead of vertical we need horizontal and unique as well, remember that. So we will be writing a logic here. So let me write here and make a zoom, equals to unique to raw, and the array is data table, and we need to fetch the para description from here. Then comma, ignore, if you need to ignore blanks, write 1 here, ignore errors 2 or both of them 3, but we will keep blanks as well, so we will be going with the default value, that is 0, and then close the bracket. Okay, so as you can see here, you got all the values here in a unique form. Okay, in addition, you can go to my YouTube channel that is called Excel Basement, where you can find conceptual videos in detail, like how to convert stack data into unstack different approaches, or unstack uneven data through Excel functions or Power Query as well. Okay, I have recorded one more video eventually before. So unstack uneven data across columns or pivot data and append row wise. So this is one of the video which you can find on my channel, and there is another video in detail of 26 minutes where you can learn about stacking and unstacking data through Power Query and formulas. Thank you. Now the last part is to fetch the sensitivity status, either it's R or S from this data set. So let's do it, and we will be doing it with the help of a very good awesome function that is called as filter. You can go alternate with any other logic if you think of it. As I told you that this particular solution which I am making is through dynamic array and some certain functions and formulas, and alternative is if you are a user of Power Query, you can solve that through Power Query as well. Okay, so in the filter, the first argument is array, what you need as an output. So we need from the data table, we need the sensitivity fields here as an array. In the include, we need to build the logic, we build the criteria. So there are two criterias. Let's put it like this, opening two parentheses, round brackets. The first logic is from the data table, the MR code, match the MR code which is equals to this cell which is in A2. Make sure that you absolute the column but not the raw. This is the first logic, and then multiply it with the second logic, that will be data, and the second logic will be based on para description which is equals to this first value, and make sure that you absolute raw here. Okay, close the bracket. If empty, what you need to have, okay, if it's empty, either 2 times inverted commas, which means blank, and close the bracket. So it returns that sensitivity according to two criterias. First is based on MR code, and then the para description. Okay, now copy the downwards and then rightwards. So now we got successfully either R or S according to the MR codes and the para description. These are the sensitivity. You will find like 0 here as well. If you need to eliminate this 0 instead of blank values, what you can do is you can go to your logic and apply a substitute function. Substitute. So this is the text. Go to end. Old text is 0 and new text is blank. Okay, and close the bracket. Again, copy downwards, Control D, select the range, Control R for rightwards copy, and that's it. right? So this is how we have unstacked data into stacked into a different format. This was the raw data. The requirement was like this, and we have successfully transformed in this way through dynamic array function. So the MR code with unique, other information with VLOOKUP and match function, then the combination of unique and true raw, and the last one is using filter to fetch the values. Okay, thank you.